Hey everyone! Hey guys! Welcome back to another video with electrasoul. If you're new to my channel, I'm a psychic medium, a spiritual life coach, and just a spiritual girl putting everybody on alongside a whole lot of other things. Let me cover this. Aw. My baby cat is sleeping right there. You can't even see her. There. Can you see him? Okay, anyway. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new to my channel, I'm a psychic medium, a spiritual life coach, and just a spiritual girl putting everybody on alongside a whole lot of other things. And hey, I'm so happy y'all are here. Today in this video, I'm covering a topic that was requested to me. Let's see. It was requested on June 1st from Indrani. And Indrani said, also, if possible, can you make a video on nervous system regulation with positive self-talk? Thank you, Electra. Always, babe. Absolutely, I can. Okay, so the biggest thing with self-talk and nervous system regulation, I want to let y'all know that when it comes down to regulating your nervous system, I do believe honestly that this is a little bit more complex than I feel like it's been showed in pop terms, if you get what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? Because the nervous system, it consists of the it consists of basically the central nervous system. I have the peripheral nervous system, so the PNS, the CNS, and everything else, right? So basically, the sympathetic nervous system, the parasympathetic nervous system, there's a fight or flight system, there's a rest and digest system. So upon you having these systems, I want y'all to understand that it's not that it's a little bit more complicated. I honestly feel like regulating yourself is actually very simple to do. I think that it's more about understanding that the way that you speak to yourself does contribute deeply to the way that you feel as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Like if you are constantly giving yourself reasons to be anxious and to feel overwhelmed by whatever's going on in your life in reality, those things can very easily contribute to the way that you're feeling, whether it be positive or negative. You get what I'm saying? But everything is subjective entirely. And obviously, we always want to feel good. We always want to feel like our very best. We want to feel like we're doing okay, the things that we should be feeling like. But understand that when you do speak to yourself in a positive way, and I'm telling you guys in every single way, shape, and form, no matter what the case scenario is, no matter what you're dealing with, no matter what it is, seriously, even if it gives you generally what you think you're used to, a lot of anxiety, right? If you are speaking to yourself in a way that calms you down and that relaxes you as it should, your nervous system will regulate itself accordingly because you're working with yourself, and it's kind of like doing breath work. It's like relaxing and just being like, okay, everything's okay. Boom. So it's like breath work alongside speaking very positively to yourself. These things do actually align themselves to help your nervous system as a whole. And this is something that I've learned for myself throughout the years. I feel like it's very self-taught. I feel like a lot of people if it's not taught to your face where you learn like, oh yeah, absolutely, someone's like, oh yeah, you should definitely speak to yourself in a way that uplifts you. If you're not used to it, you know what I mean, like you have people around you who try to tell you that, teachers, parents, older siblings, usually someone who has experience in this, they'll come to you and they'll tell you ways to regulate yourself so that you can relax and stuff like that. But in other case scenarios, like for myself, an example, I learned myself what it was to regulate my nervous system. It was not through people telling me what to do or getting advice to relax myself. It was just more of me learning through the way that I naturally spoke to myself, that I was very capable of regulating my own nervous system because I would always help myself through my positive self-talk. And I've always been a positive self-talk kind of person. And I know that I've told you guys very much, like I've been very limited, you know what I mean, in my reality many years ago, very depressed, feeling very whatever X, Y, and Z about whatever's going on in my life in reality. And something that I've learned a lot is that basically if you work with yourself and you remind yourself, you give yourself reasons to be strong, to be happy, and to understand that everything's going to be okay, you will ultimately be okay. And even in those moments when I was very limited and very negative or whatever, pessimistic about myself and my reality, even if I would tell myself things in my mind that would bother me a lot and that wouldn't help me in my reality, there would be moments where I would reach a point where I'd be like, I cannot continue to think this way, feel this way, basically just like exist this way because it's too much for me. So I would take it upon myself to switch and flip basically the way that I would talk to myself, and I would learn to be very positive to myself, to be very kind to myself, to uplift myself, to say things that I actually want to experience and things that I do mean. You know what I'm saying? So what regulating your nervous system here looks like, because again, I did say it is a little bit more complicated, and the only reason I did say that is not because it actually is very complicated, because I don't believe that it is complicated, but it's for the reason that your nervous system is linked to the way that you feel as well. You know what I'm saying? Like the way that you physically feel, this is all linked to one another. So if you are constantly bringing yourself down, you're going to feel that in your body. You know what I mean? You're going to feel anxious. Like you could feel different types of ways that you don't want to be feeling. For me personally, what I would do is instead of me giving myself reasons to be upset, to be depressed, whatever, I would just remind myself, for example, let's say I'm going to take a test. I am manifesting already the very best for it. So I'm preparing in advance for greatness. And what that looks like is I'm acing this test. Everything's going to be great. Everything's working out in my highest favor. I have nothing to worry about. It's all good. Like giving myself reasons to look at the positive side of these things, knowing that everything is literally going to be okay and that I'm going to thrive and prosper here no matter what. And the same thing goes for like literally everything else, because when I was growing up, y'all don't even know, bro. Like I'm very sure many people relate to this. If you were kind of like me, like very energy sensitive, extremely energy sensitive, someone who cares a lot about how people. Hold on, we're blocking this. I'm like, okay, we're not even gonna give it attention. Let's. How do I? There we go. Okay. Anyway, back to our scheduled program. Free Palestine. So I remember when I was growing up, I was very anxious feeling. Like I would literally turn pale for anything that would make me feel even a little bit anxious in my life, like literally even the smallest bit. Okay. So let's say, for example, and I'm telling you guys, it was like completely self inflicted. Let's say, for example, that I was in a classroom and there was a person in this class who I felt an energy from who was trying to make me feel like less about myself. For example, like low key bully, right? Like a low key bully. I remember I would begin not to like come up with case scenarios of how this person could treat me, but I would feel the energy of how they were thinking, how they were feeling, and how they would treat people. And I would be very afraid that they were going to do it to me. Like they were going to be mean to me, they were going to say things to me, whatever. So immediately upon me like even thinking about this person going to class, having to see them, I would literally turn pale and like feel the blood drop from my face and like get very anxious in case I had any kind of interaction with this person, if they were, looking at me a type of way, like anything like that. Again, very, very, very energy sensitive. So every little thing like that would actually affect me. And I remember that I would let my mind go crazy. So I would think, oh my God, I'm so scared. What's going to happen? I don't want them to say something. I don't want to feel worse about myself. Like things like that. I would get automatically riled up. And the thing is that feeling that way is obviously not normal. Like no one should actually generally feel that anxious at all. You know what I mean? But the thing is that it stems from your mindset. Okay. So these anxious feelings and the anxious reactions that I was physically receiving, everything that I was having and feeling was a result of me feeding a certain mindset, which would therefore affect my physical body. And then I would feel even more of a type of way because of X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? So because of the way I was thinking, I would also feel like shit. And I didn't want to feel like shit. So now, instead of me at any time, because even now I don't have nearly the same moments. Hold on, my cat's playing with something. Give me a second. Play with that. So cute. Okay. He was playing with this. Never let your cats near these, okay? Because some of them be chewing on them and they're not supposed to. But anyway, so I would get like very anxious. But now the thing is that I still have moments where, let's say like something happens with the person and it's not like, oh, confrontational, but let's say like I feel an energy and I don't want to get myself involved in that. I don't let myself go crazy in my mind where I could, because maybe I still feel a little bit of tension. Like I still feel like, oh, I could let myself get really anxious about this if I fed myself in that way. Basically, if if I didn't correct myself growing up from speaking to myself in positive ways and basically reassessing the situation into something more positive mentally, then I know for a fact that I probably would have grown in the direction of always feeling anxious no matter what, because I would have been so used to that. But I got to a point in my childhood where I knew that these anxious feelings and the way that my body would feel super, super, super scared, serious, afraid, whatever, it just wasn't normal. It wasn't something that I deserved to experience. It wasn't something that I don't think anyone should ever experience. And it's definitely not something that you should be feeding. So I got very serious about that. And I was just like, absolutely, absolutely not. I deserve to, to be confident in myself and to have things my way, in a good way, calm, whatever it was. I just deserve to have peace. So I would always speak to myself, especially now. Let's say something happens again. let's say that there's a situation, let's say something happened with the person, let's say that there's a reason almost for you to think, I could feel anxious about this and maybe I should because why wouldn't I? You have to remind yourself and give yourself reasons as to why it's not necessary for you to actually think in that direction. Like you should not be wallowing yourself in fear, self-pity, like doubt, all this other stuff that maybe you're used to. You have to flip the script entirely and you have to remind yourself, I'm in control of the situation. It's literally, you see, like all law of assumption, literally all self-concept, everything I've already told you guys. This goes for life in general. So this is about self-regulation of the nervous system. And here we are applying other case scenarios from the law of assumption into this. There you go. That shows you everything. So, I would remind myself I'm very powerful, I'm in control, I have nothing to fear truly. There's nothing here nothing here that could actually hurt me. Nothing here is going to actually hurt me. Nothing here is actually going to hurt me. Like I would have to remind myself of these things, just remind me that I have nothing to truly fear, that I'm okay, I'm limitless, and everything's going to be fine. And if anything, that person feels my energy more, the situation feels my energy more, like I'm taking control, I'm dominant over everything that's going on. I have nothing to fear. I have everything to be confident in. I believe in myself. I know it's going to be fine. Even me saying these things right now, it's like literally regulating my nervous system, guys, like dead ass. Because today I was feeling a bit anxious about something. And sometimes when I feel that way, I let myself feel that way until I just naturally don't, because I'm always on top of my shit. So basically right now, me making this video telling you guys all these things that I would tell myself is literally helping me because I'm affirming it to you guys. And y'all listening to this also helps you. And then you repeating what I'm saying to yourself helps yourself in situations where you may feel like this makes me anxious, this makes me feel afraid. No, no longer. Like don't hold on to these feelings, to the old feelings that don't align with you and that don't prove who you are, because truly you are a very powerful person and you're completely capable of manifesting everything that you want, which includes peace, tranquility, having life very simply made for you, like all of the great things that you deserve. You deserve to just continue living, breathing, thinking in that direction and assuming in favor of that, as opposed to fear, anxiety, all this other shit like I was just telling y'all. You don't deserve that. It's not your reality and it's definitely not the life that you're supposed to be living. Get very used to speaking very positively to yourself no matter what the case may be, okay? So let's say, for example, that you got into a fight with your mom and you're so used to things being super toxic with her and you're used to literally always cowering down and feeling like this little girl or little boy who has no control. And every single time you fight with your mom, you always resort back to this because you're like, that's how it's been my whole life, I've always felt this way. Well, guys, we're cutting that in half, because no fucking longer. Like that's not the way that you should be thinking and it's not the way that you should be feeling, and you should not let yourself stay there, especially. So let's say that, yeah, you got into a fight with your mom. Maybe this time around, instead of you sitting there and taking in the pain, the heat, the fear of all the stuff that you felt before, you're reminding yourself everything's okay, I'm in control, I have nothing to fear, I'm strong and I'm capable, and there's nothing here that could ever break me down because everything uplifts me. No matter what it looks like, it's a reflection of them, not me. I'm in control and that's it. Like reminding yourself, giving yourself good reasons to be strong-minded and to stay strong-minded in that direction, as opposed to falling back into a mindset that again does not benefit you. Okay, the same thing goes if it's happening with your dad, with your sibling, with a friend that you have, with a bully, literally anything in your reality. You are in control 110% of the time. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what fears anyone has, and they're like, you're not in control. You are in control. And anyone who may assume that they're not, it's literally just a fear-based mindset that they feel like they're not in control. But believe me, if they actually took control and they consciously put their minds towards the fact that yes, I could do this and I'm okay and everything's fine, they're going to see how in control they actually are. And this goes for everything, guys. Let's say, for example, another good example is like when you're driving, maybe someone cut you off and you got like very scared, because that's happened. Not It's happened to me before, but I feel like it's more something that I've witnessed. Like people get very anxious whenever someone cuts them off or there's some sort of driving drama, right? Like something happens, swerve, like it could be anything. The biggest thing that I've learned from my own situations is I used to get very, very, very anxious. Like if someone at all got in my way during driving or scared me at all while I was driving in any way, shape, or form, I would literally turn pale as a fucking ghost and I would feel the blood drop to my bottom and I would just be like, oh my God, okay, that was like really scary. Okay, yes, it may be very scary, but now if anything were to happen, like literally last night, something did happen. I was driving home and this person in front of me swerved so hard out of their lane because I think they thought that there was like an animal in the road, but it was actually cardboard box. Thank the Lord in Jesus' name, because I always intend that animals are safe on the road, always, always, always. But they like swerved like very hard, and I was right behind them, so I swerved too because I thought like that was an animal too, and it wasn't. It was a cardboard box. But when that happened in the past, I would have like, oh my God, forget it. I would have like, I was talking to my sister too. So I would have forgotten the conversation I was talking about. I would have turned pale for real. I would have definitely been like, okay, whoa, that was really scary, the X, Y, and Z, because that's how I would get before. But last night I was like, no, it's okay. I just told myself, I was like, it's okay. Everything's fine. It's not a big deal. That person was just looking out in case it was an animal. Good on them. Everyone's okay though. I intended didn't scare anyone, and that's good. And that's it. And like my body immediately felt better because I was talking to myself in a way that actually helped me instead of bringing me down, or instead of like feeding the fear that I was experiencing. You know what I'm saying? Like you can always manifest again. I don't want to say against your fear, but kind of like contradicting your fear. I guess it is like against, but it's like manifesting in favor of being confident as opposed to fear. So you're embracing the opposite of fear, and you're not really giving the fear attention because you know that that fear is not something that actually benefits you or your body. All right. This goes again, like literally for everything. When you're manifesting stuff in your reality, when you're doing the things that you're doing, when you're living your best life, when you're whatever it is, guys, always always look towards positive self talk for yourself. Always look towards how you can say something a lot more positively about a situation, how you can flip the script in a way that actually benefits you. And basically, if you're very used to saying things that are very limiting to yourself, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm so used to being anxious, I'm so used to being this, I'm so used to being that, you have to cut that entirely because you don't deserve to experience those emotions, especially not consistently. And you don't deserve to feel as anxious as maybe you're used to feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't deserve to feel that way. You deserve to feel happy. You deserve to feel okay. And you deserve to feel like everything is completely okay for a person like yourself, because truly everything is okay. And the more that you get used to positive self-talk in this way, the easier it's going to get. And you're going to also be an example to other people around you too, because people need help in this department. You know what I'm saying? Like people need that kind of motivation and the push for them to also speak to themselves this way. And you being someone who does that automatically, no matter what the situation is, you already know there's people out here who do that, and people around them know them as like the calmest person. They can handle any situation, whatever, whatever. You know, some people think like, or some people say, oh, it's not that I'm handling a situation well, it just looks like I am. No, I mean like actual confidence in the fact that you are handling this well. That's the example. When you're actually handling it well and you feel good about it, no matter what the situation is, that is a great example to have around you. So you see people around you being this way. You're someone who is an example to other people because you talk so well to yourself, positive self-talk, you self-regulate so much because of the way that you speak to yourself. Other people do pick up on that and they do find inspiration in that. And you know, sometimes people may be a bit stubborn and they're like, "Oh, I'm so afraid though. You know, I don't know how you do it. It makes me feel so anxious to think like, you know, to think this way, X, Y, and Z, or I can't even imagine being so positive." Keep on being how you're being, continue to be the example, and understand that you being this way is inspiring everyone and everything around you. And that is the best part about it all, is the fact that you're not only helping yourself, but you're also helping people around you. Even if some people are stubborn and they're like, no, like I'm so used to this, I'm so used to this excuse me, specific way that I'm feeling, I can't imagine anything else. Well, you have to start somewhere. If you want to be able to self-regulate as easily as you possibly can, you have to begin somewhere, and you have to be strong enough to flip your thoughts as much as you possibly can to keep yourself uplifted as much as possible. You know what I'm saying? So this goes a lot deeper than just like uplifting yourself. This goes as far as helping your body, helping yourself, helping your nervous system in the way that you feel. I really do believe that thoughts do directly are directly linked to the way that you feel. So again, if you're speaking to yourself positively, your body will pick up on that and you will be uplifted constantly. If you're doing the opposite, you can genuinely make something feel so much worse than it actually is because of the way that you're treating the situation and how you're talking to yourself. So anytime that I was completely not with the shits, my body would always react to that, believe you me. And maybe that's why, spiritually speaking, why I was always so physically reactive to things. Like I would turn pale, I would turn red. you know what I mean? Like I would automatically like get the physical reaction of it, and I would feel like, oh my god, I'm gonna faint, I'm gonna pass out, like things like that. I think that the reason that things were so dramatic for me in that way was to help me literally self-regulate, to prove to myself that the way that I speak to myself does matter, and it makes a difference in my body completely. So it's not just like my stomach drops, it's also again the fear, the this, the body trembles and shit. No, if you are talking to yourself positively, your body will not react nearly the same way as you were used to before, because you're not letting yourself perceive life that way. Therefore, your body is not perceiving it that way either. It's perceiving it in the most positive way that it possibly could, because that is what you're telling yourself always. It's what you're constantly feeding yourself. So remember, guys, the way that you talk to yourself is very important. The way that you treat yourself is very important. And the way that you deal with situations mentally does directly affect the way that you feel, and the way that that situation also plays out for you. You know what I mean? Like the better that you are about it mentally, the better you feel, the better the situation plays out. Everything just comes out so much cleaner and softer and just better. It's so much better for me to just relax and be like everything's going to be fine, than for me to say, "Oh my gosh, I'm so scared." Because believe me, I still have days like that. Not days of like me being afraid. I don't have those days anymore, because I worked so hard out of that mindset that now every single time, let's say I feel like I'm running behind, right? Let's say that, oh, I have to do something and I have a lot to do today and I have so much shit to do, whatever. I no longer tell myself that. I'm no longer like, I have so many things to do. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Oh my God. I used to be like that when I didn't know how to like regulate, how to self-regulate in these cases. But now I'm just like, everything's fine. Everything will work out. I'm going to do it all at the time that I have to, and it'll be fine, whatever. And it literally always plays out in my highest favor. I kid y'all not. It's literally manifestation. You guys see, it's this simple. It's very simple. It's just about you being on top of shit. If you want to experience the best out of life, you got to give yourself that. And I kid y'all not, you will always experience the very best, because that is what you're making for yourself. It's literally manifestation. There's nothing else to it, guys. Okay. So I want you guys to understand that this is very important. You already know, obviously, self-regulation is a very, very, very important concept, because it's what keeps you elevated within your reality and constantly feeling good and powerful and all this other great stuff. But that is your choice, and you have to make it. And I believe that all of y'all definitely will, because there's no reason not to. Just understand that everything is always going to be okay, and that 110% you're very in control of your reality and of the way that you feel. And you can definitely make wonderful things happen. Even if something does make you feel anxious, that's fine. What matters more is how you deal with it after. So you got to be stronger after. You have to be more in control after. You have to remind yourself why everything's okay after the initial response. All right? It's completely fine. You can feel fear, but what's important is that you're not feeding that fear. You have to feed confidence as opposed to anything else. Okay? All right. All right, though, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you guys so much for listening, for watching, for talking to me, all this great stuff. And I'm very excited. I'm going to read the comments now. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Okay, I'm going to try to get through everything again, because I see there's hella comments. As always, I love that. All right, give me 1 second, though, guys. Okay. With that being said, all right, let's see. Hey, Bangting Lily. Hi, girl. Whoa, so early. But yeah, finally watched Twilight, and I kind of get what you meant with Bella and Edward. It's kind of toxic. Overall, was fine. Not really my type of movie, though. I feel like, I don't know. Is it crazy to say that, like, in a supernatural sense, I don't feel like it's toxic at all, but in like a human way, it is. Like, let's say that Edward was like a normal person, I think it'd be crazy. But I feel like because he's a vampire, it makes a lot of sense. I feel like it's very intense, but yeah, I know what you're saying though, and I appreciate you telling me. That's funny. But that be yay, looking so good as always. Thank you so much. It's so sweet. Thank you, babe. You too, babe. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you so much. Needed this because I'm studying for 2 exams. One is 500 pages and haven't even started yet. My brain can't take it anymore. I cannot believe that. That's like not normal. I feel like that's insane. Oh God, my cat's throwing up. I feel like that's like literally not normal at all. Baby. Oh, okay. He just threw up. What happened, baby? It's okay. Oh, well, hold on. What's wrong? All right. I think I'm going to get him more food. It's okay, baby. All right. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to get my cat more food. But I was going to say that I can't believe that. I feel like that's not normal. I feel like 500 pages on an exam is like absolutely insane. Or like studying for 500 pages. But you know what? Take your time, babe. Everything's going to be fine. You deserve better than that. Like, obviously, that's like insane for real. But I do know that everything is definitely going to be okay. And you can definitely do it holy shit. Take your time though, and don't try to like reach up to the standard that they want from you. Do your own thing at your own time, you know? But okay. Hey, Magic and Mediums. Hi, Jada Thompson. Thank you for saying you love my eyeshadow, Dappy. That means a lot. Jada Thompson, I bought Moldavite and I'm aware of how intense its energy is. So I was wondering if I can ask it to not act so crazy or if it can leave out any unwanted struggle. Absolutely. You can definitely make or help your crystals work with you more than anything else. I definitely just recommend that you remind yourself that you're in control and that even if it looks like, you know, like even if it looks like that there's a lot going on with Moldavite or whatever, you're 1,000,000,000% in control and you can definitely work with it in a way that helps you as opposed to overwhelming you. So yes, definitely. Um I also remember you saying that Motivate would encourage my spiritual growth, but how would it benefit me on my law of assumption journey? I think that it would just help you understand that you are very capable of manifesting everything and that you don't need near I don't feel like you have a lot of struggles, quote unquote, but I feel like it'll just give you a lot of confidence in the way that everything is truly okay for you and that there's nothing truly for you to fear. You know what I'm saying? But okay, you said you also mentioning telling yourself it's just a moment is super regulating. Yes, exactly. Reminding yourself it's literally just a moment. I have nothing to fear. Everything is okay. Yes, like it's very self-regulating, and that's something that I love for myself too. Um, Literally saw 444 twice today. Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, 444. We got it here, babe. Yes, period. I love that. And 333. Period. I met this girl yesterday at a party, and we had so much in common, like spiritually with crystals and law of assumption, which I never thought would see in another person. Can you intuitively see what it looks like in the future with us? Because I would love to continue to be friends with her. Um, I feel like you guys would talk if you wanted to keep talking to them. I feel like it's your choice, but 1,000,000,000%, I feel like it could definitely work out even further, and it's gonna be really cute to see, honestly. Um, Let me see. Bangtan Lily said, "Guys, I'm gonna stay in London with my soulmate who turned out to be my bestie. Not gonna lie, love the feeling when those ear cleaners drill my ears, but it gets totally painful when you go deeper or else rip ears." Yeah, I feel you on that. I really needed to hear this because mainly in public, I blink out in an anxious way because I just can't meditate on the floor in front of people. Of course, I mean, you could totally do what you need to do for you. Take your time with all the stuff that you need to do with meditation. Obviously, you don't deserve to feel like anxious about it, but you can definitely still meditate and all this other great stuff without feeling the energy of everyone around you. You know what I mean? I haven't done it since many years ago because I can only manifest them being cleaner than than ever without me cleansing them. Yeah, I get what you're saying with your ears. My mom wanting a relationship with my sis, no matter the things she did and said, makes me feel like I'm not enough for her. Maybe it's my fear of abandonment. How can I heal from this fear? It's paralyzing. I can't and don't want to forgive my sis, in my opinion. And she's evil, no respect, no love. But I feel like I'm the one losing out and suffering. Like to everybody else is no big deal now because time has passed. I was affirming from. Oh, and that was a different question. I was gonna say with that, honestly, like I said before to you, let things go in the way that just understand that it's not a reflection of you. I feel you have to heal through this pain. Just let yourself naturally heal because I feel like it's a lot on you. But I feel like just don't let like what your mom does and what your sister do together get in your way because it's not something that you should be so like affected by, if you get what I'm saying. Like I feel like even though it is very effective, of course, it makes a lot of sense to be upset. I feel like you're definitely capable of working past it so that you don't feel so like so deeply upset by these things. I feel like everything's gonna be fine though. I feel like it's completely fine. I feel like it's more of like your mom's mistake and your sister, but that's their own lesson to learn. You focus on the people who love you the most and on energies that make you feel good about yourself too. Do you think I should have a workout schedule because part of me likes to participate in my weight loss, or would having a regimen be me controlling the 3D and not helpful? No, definitely take inspired action if you want to. It always helps if you want to do it. That's what I do for myself. If I want to, I will. And you definitely should do the same for you. And when I do feel anxious, it's sometimes hard to pull my words together in my mind. It genuinely sounds like thousands of people talking at once. Do you have any tips? Yeah. So when you do feel anxious in this way, I feel like the biggest thing is just reminding yourself that everything is okay. Like literally that's you just have to talk over all those voices. Just be like, everything is okay. I'm in control. There's nothing here bringing me down. Like nothing is in my fucking way, period. I can do this. And just constantly being in front of it, on top of it. And yeah, you know what I mean? Like going with the flow of it, but just knowing that everything is okay. Having that conscious thought and knowing that everything is truly okay because it is. Yeah, you have to be stronger than those voices because you are. And yeah, Dappy, keep the old story away. It doesn't matter anymore. You're good enough. I was affirming for my dad, allowing me to go to London for my man's concert. I was bawling my eyes out. I was frustrated, but guess what? My dad said yes. So if I can, everyone of us can. Yes, I have the best relationship with my parents. Period. Yes, I love that you said that because you're right. 1,000,000,000%. If you want to manifest something different, Dappy, you definitely should. Like, you should not let yourself feel very depressed over this. And you have to remind yourself you're more than good enough because you really are. Just like Bang Ting Lily was saying. And I'm also happy that you got what you wanted with London. Period. Yes. Yay, Bang Ting Lily, you did that. Period. Period. Lily, I love a good success story. Absolutely. I was even wavering, but oh, this universe, it has your back. Even if you think, man, I can't have this or that, fine, you can think that, but remember that there's still movement and no chances for you to not get it at all. And you're completely right. I love that. Fuck yes. Love it. Thank you for saying that. Honestly, I should take a picture of this just to have it for, like, let's say I do another success story video in the future. I feel like this would be great to definitely cover one day, but or to like talk about one day. Let me see. Okay. So, can you teach us how to channel spirits like grandma, maybe mentally like you do or with tarot, and how to receive a clear answer and be sure that it's from them and not our higher mind or other entity? Yeah, I've done a few videos like this, but I'll do another. Like, I really don't mind. I'll do one more specifically in this way, but yes, I can. So, thank you for asking as well. And Jada said, I strongly suggest you make a nervous system regulation affirmation tape to listen to on the go. I feel like outside stuff tends to shake people up. Thank you for saying that. I definitely will. I'm going to write that down. Thank you for saying that for real. Electra, can you tell me affirmations for a desired face? Can I say I look like this celebrity? It is done. Absolutely, you can. I look like my desired celebrity. I am as beautiful as I want to be. I'm literally gorgeous. I look exactly how I want to look. My desired face has already manifested for me. I literally have the most beautiful face in the world. I'm so happy that I look exactly how I want to look. I'm so thankful for the way that I look. I'm so gorgeous from the inside out. Like, literally everything that makes you feel the best, I want you to feed that shit. So yes, absolutely. And you got it. Just like that. It is already done. Bro, my nervous system's so fine nowadays, and that's how it'll always be, always will be. I even got rid of eczema, as you should, period. Jada said, tip, daily or weekly meditation can make it much harder for anyone or anything to knock your nervous system out of balance. Yes, because when you're in control in this way, like mentally speaking through meditation, your body is also picking up on that. It's a lot easier for you to trust that actually, yeah, like everything's okay and I can definitely do this shit. Like, yeah, basically everything I've been telling y'all. It's like you training yourself and then you just go with it super quick. I found out how showering regulates it all for me, or just a small little nap. Yes. Okay, so good. You find your own way. You work with that. That helps you. That is the most important thing. That's what I want. I'm glad that you found your way too. For Bang Ting Lily. Tropic Sapphire, Electra, have you thought about making a Facebook page for your supporters to get together and share success stories, support, etc., or for the Eternal Starlight? I actually have never thought of doing that. That's very interesting. Maybe I can. I don't know how that works though. Like, do I have to talk in it? Like, I don't know. Is it like a group chat? I don't know. I low-key hate Facebook. Facebook is like a piece of shit. Facebook sucks ass. Like, oh my god, I hate Facebook low-key. The reason is because the managing behind it is horrible. There's no customer support, which is insane considering it's social media. Like, all social medias should have customer supports, and the fact that they don't is disgusting. I really think it's atrocious. And you have to like beg to get an answer from anyone, like YouTube. Yeah, all of it. It's just disgusting. But anyway, maybe I will though. I'm gonna take a picture of this and show my sisters and see what they think too. But thank you for mentioning this to us, for real. That's really sweet. My nervous system is not regulated. That's why I can't occupy wish fulfilled state. I feel uncomfortable and threatened. You shouldn't feel that way. You should feel very good, baby. Like, you deserve to feel good about yourself, and you deserve to uplift yourself a lot. You don't deserve to feel like constantly anxious and things like this. You just like regulate yourself, babe. You can do this. Period. Physical symptoms of fear sometimes feels like you're actually going to pass it. Thank you, Electra, for showing us we are really powerful. Thank you for listening. Like, for real. That's what matters to me the most, and I'm glad that you're listening because you are the most powerful. Dappy, you can do it. I'm helping my bestie right now have more courage when approaching someone I manifested to. His name's Jimin, and he's in BTS. Technically a member in my boyfriend's group. I have No, that's a different one. But yeah, you got it all. That's so sweet of you to say. Thank you for encouraging her. That's really kind of you. And Dappy said, I have that physical reaction of getting pale, blood dropping, heavy legs, arms dropping when exams are close and I couldn't get myself to study, or when my mom talks to that devil. I'm crying, girl. Oh my God. Nah, everything's okay. I honestly feel like even with that, yes, like we have to work past these things because we deserve to feel good and not feel so anxious about anything, even when it's tests and things that are like super important. We are in control. We can do this shit. We are in control of our bodies. The mind comes first, then the body reacts. Okay, so just know that you can fucking do this, and you're in front of all those feelings always. Electra, do you still believe in 3D, 4D terms? If I say I have my desired face, it is done in 4D. Absolutely, yes, I do. I always do, and I always will. Love you, Electra. I am Law of Assumption follower because of you. I love you too, and I'm so happy that you learned about the law of assumption. Just continue to let it help uplift you. You deserve to know that you can always be uplifted and that you can always do this. Always. I love you so much. You're the best. Thank you, Baku. That's so sweet. I love you too, baby. Let me take a picture of this because it's so sweet. You said, I wanted to ask something. I start one affirmation and then after 2 days I could not continue. Can you give any suggestions? Just keep on going because it feels like, yeah, it's like self-concept. You said how to know that your self-concept is good and how to not get demotivated or restless to see the results. Basically, when you have good self-concept, you just know that everything is here to uplift you and you only entertain things that help you as opposed to anything else. So if you feel like you're not going to say your affirmations after a few days of whatever, it's probably because you're not letting yourself be used to that, but you deserve to be used to you being on top of your shit, you know? So keep on saying your affirmations, even if they feel a bit uncomfortable. You will continue to get used to it and it will get a lot easier with time, always. I promise you that. It's going to keep on getting easier. Doesn't matter, no need validation from the 3D. Absolutely. Nobody needs validation from the 3D. Period. I also have anxiety with so much crime happening. I sometimes get scared of stuff like hidden camera or being blackmailed or someone stalking. It's so scary as a girl. Oh, girl, I know what you're saying. And that's why I choose to believe in the best for myself. I'm like, there's literally no fucking way. I am never put in a situation. I always assume that I'm safe, taken care of, secured, respected, and that nothing could ever go against that ever. Like I always assume the best because that's what I want. I do not even allow like the concept of something happening to me in any way to cross my mind because I know that I don't deserve that. And I feel like I want as girls to think the same thing for ourselves and for us to always be like wary for ourselves, but in the way that we're always protected. We're always divinely protected. Maybe I'll make a video about this, honestly. I'm gonna take a picture of what you said just to like make a video about spiritually protecting yourself as a woman because I feel like that's very important. And I feel like, you know, like we deserve that. We deserve to have that kind of security over ourselves always as women and girls, everything. Um, yeah, with the live permission, yes, I know what you're saying, Bangting Lily. Dabby said, thank you because when I asked you to channel my SP's mom who passed away and you just stop and listen to her, that is so fucking cool. I wish it was me that I could do that. Or when you look into the future, you absolutely can do that. You definitely can. And me looking to the future is completely, what is the word? Like things, or it's subjective. It can change, but it's what I see in the moment and what's being written in that moment. If a person makes a different decision, that could change things. But obviously, I'm glad that you think that that's cool and just know that you could definitely do the same. It's all about training and we're going to do that. We're going to work on that. I always hated Facebook. I think we should use more community tab that YouTube channels have now. Yeah, I'm happy with this. Like I love this live stream here a lot. I love that like we're talking here and things like that. But you know, it's beautiful like to be so connected in this way. So cute. Let me see. Synchronicity. Literally watch your video about how to communicate with your angels, spirit guides, wow, etc. That's so cool. What a cool synchronicity. That's beautiful. Thank you for telling me that. Katie Cat said, please tell me how to regulate my nervous system about increasing my height. I keep getting anxious for no reason. Just remind yourself that you deserve to be tall. That is very normal for you to be tall and that there's nothing fucking scary about you gaining height. It's probably just the fear that you're getting what you want and that, you know, like, oh my God, I can't believe it. But you deserve that. Like if you want to be tall, if you want to have the height that you want, you deserve to have that shit. You deserve to literally be exactly how you want to be. So there's nothing truly scary about it. It's just that you know that you're manifesting greatness and get used to that greatness. You got to consciously get used to it because you deserve it. And that's by you telling yourself that. Tropic Sapphire said, you wouldn't have to be active in the group unless you wanted to. A lot of spiritual teachers like Sammy and Graham have pages dedicated to their supporters, kind of chit-chatting and sharing success stories, doing challenges, etc. What is the most you have seen someone grow taller from height manifesting? Wow, that's really interesting. is she teaching spiritual things now? I didn't know that. That's really interesting if she is. But I know what you're saying though about like maybe I will. Maybe I will. I would definitely want to be low key active though, because I'm definitely someone who's like more for the people. But thank you for telling me about that. And maybe I'll look into doing something like this for myself and for all of us. Thank you. And yeah, what is the most you have seen someone grow taller from height manifesting? I've seen someone grow. I don't remember the exact height, but I think it was like from 5. It was like from 5. Fuck, I don't remember honestly, but I believe it was like how many inches? It was a bit. I think I saw someone grow like 3 inches, which is a lot. Like inches in height is a lot. So yeah, I think they grew like 3 to 4 inches, and I was like, holy shit. But it was like nothing crazy. It's just that they believed in it. And I feel like if they believe in it, then who wouldn't believe in it with them, you know? Just knowing that you are this tall and you are because you are, and so you are, period. Is it true that our subconscious know what we want even if we consciously don't? I'm asking this for manifesting beauty, but I don't know what to look like. I just want to enhance my beauty. Absolutely. Yes. If you just say I'm beautiful and I'm so gorgeous and I look the way that I want to look, you literally just translate that way. So yes, your mind already knows what you want. You just have to continue assuming in favor of that and just know that everything else will pick up. I love you, really. Thank you so much for listening to us. You're the real girl's girl. People are blessed who gets to meet you. You're truly appreciated and loved always by us. Thank you so much for saying that. My goodness, that's so sweet. Thank you. I'm like so moved. Thank you. God bless you, baby. Baku. I love you. Thank you. And I really appreciate your kind words a lot. They mean so much to me. Thank you. They always do. Thank you guys for everything. I don't know how to persist in the thought of getting tall. What affirmations? There's so much mess in my brain. Please tell me what to affirm. Relax for yourself and remember everything's okay. That's the first step. You got to self-regulate. Literally this video. What you could tell yourself is that I'm safe in growing, and I am safe in growing taller. I grow taller all the time, and I do this in such a calm way. Everything is okay. I have nothing to do all day. Affirming seems kind of boring, but any other things I could do while affirming. Just visualizing yourself being like, I grow so tall. Everything's okay. I'm so happy that I'm taller. Visualizing yourself growing taller as you're doing this. I'm telling you, it's super simple. Do not feed this fear that you have more than anything else. Like, you don't deserve to feel this much fear. You deserve to feel very confident. So I do recommend that you just like continue. Yes, like scripting, someone said, script, visualize it. You could definitely script whatever you like better. But I think that getting a clear visual of it, whether it's writing or seeing it, would both be beautiful for you to do. And yeah, it is a lot in height. I know, Bangting Lily, like it really was. Tropic Sapphire, thank you for doing these lives, girl. We love and appreciate you. Thank you, babe, for being here. I love and appreciate you guys a lot, like for real. Thank you guys for everything. Let me make sure that I got that screenshot it because that shit means a lot to me. Okay, let me take a picture of it again because I don't think I did. Thank you guys so much. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap it up here. It says, I'm going to play the lottery with other people's numbers. Will tell me 5 numbers from 1 to 43 and 1 from 1 to 13. Okay, let's see. Let's write down some numbers. Tell me 5 numbers from 1 to 43. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I'm like writing down the numbers. Okay, that's 1 to 43. Oh, wait, 1 to 43, you said? Okay. And 1 from 1 to 13. Okay. Thank you for talking about making a video on spiritual protection as a woman. My friend is getting blackmailed by her boyfriend with her photos. I don't know how to help her. She's crying all the time. That is so not the fuck it, bro. Karma is coming for any motherfucker who treats a woman like that. I have so many experiences, not like that, thankfully, but like things where men will try to disrespect as much as they can and like have no respect for women kind of thing. And that's something that like we're all working in favor of manifesting away from. You know what I'm saying? Like, we deserve so much better. Everyone does. And we're doing that, period. And of course, I'll definitely make a video. Thank you so much for saying that. I'd be more than happy to do that because we all deserve the best. And fuck any guy who would ever even dream of doing something like that. I believe you me, karma always comes back around and it will always hit, always, especially for people like this. But all right, guys. With that being said, thank you guys literally so much for everything. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you guys for everything that you guys do. I'm so happy to be here for all of y'all. I love y'all more than anything. Remember, I do law of assumption readings and coaching and spiritual coaching, spiritual readings, everything. If you guys want anything from me, please hit me up and let me know. But I love you guys so much. For real. Thank you guys for being here, and you guys help. You guys help me so much. Thank you guys for everything. I love y'all very much. And if you guys have any questions for me that I haven't not gotten to, I will be back on Thursday for another video, law of assumption video. And my sisters and I, the Eternal Starlight, will be going live on Wednesday. So stay tuned, guys. I love you guys for everything. I can't wait to speak to you guys again. Please take care, everyone. Free Palestine, free Congo, help Venezuela, manifest the best for everyone, everything. Okay, Sudan, in Jesus' name, so it is. Thank you, guys. I love you. Please take care, everyone. I love you. In Afghanistan. Bye, angels. God bless you. Bye.